Welcome, everybody, to the swamp yet again for another episode of our Sherman Staff Showcase. I hope you guys had a great weekend as we're coming to you on Monday. We're recording this on Thursday, so I got a bit confused there, but it is okay. But I hope you had a great weekend and are ready for the week ahead. Today, we are going to continue our series of staff showcases featuring our new teaching staff. Granted, this one's a little bit of a different ball game because of reasons, which we'll get to here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and bring Miss O'Brien in, and she's actually going to be coming to us right next to me in the swamp. We just figured let's give this a try. So it's going to look different this time, but that is okay because, here at Sherman, we like to innovate and do different things. So Miss O'Brien, first off, welcome to the swamp. How are you doing today's Thursday, but how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's a little cold outside, but I'm glad I brought my jacket.
It is cold. I was outside of lunch duty recess, and I couldn't feel my nose when I came back in.
Yeah, no fun. No.
And so it's all good, though. It's fun out there. The kids have fun. That's what really matters. So, Miss O'Brien, the format of these is pretty simple. I'm going to ask you three questions and a bonus question.
Okay.
So the first question here is your background. So tell us your background, where'd you go to school, all of that fun stuff, and what brought you to Sherman. And granted, there is a bit of a twist to this because you're not new to Sherman, but you're just new in the full classroom role.
That's right. Well, I started college at CWI, and then I finished at Boise State. I graduated and I came here to be a student teacher and do my student teaching here. After I graduated, I took a para position here and was lucky enough to get to work with all grades before I started in my second grade classroom this year.
And so you've been here for quite a while, which is good because you've gotten a good chance to get to know our students, get to know our staff, and it's kind of a different role being a para than it is being a classroom teacher. And I mention this because we do have a couple positions open right now. If that's something anybody out there is interested in, go over to school district's webpage, contact the school. We can help you out with getting more information on that. But that work is really cool because you do get to see all the kids.
I do. I get to learn a lot of new things and different ways to teach different grade levels. Yes.
And I can tell you from being outside with kindergarten, it's a lot different than fifth grade.
It's very different. Very, very different.
Yeah. And it's honestly a blast. It is fun. But we are glad to have you here. We're glad that we are able to get you in your current role as a teacher, because when you were working here, when you did your student teaching here, we all were like, we can't let her go.
Oh,
so we're glad you decided to stay and be a Gator another year and for many, many years to go.
Me too.
Or to come, I should say.
Yes.
Which leads us to the second question here, and that's more about you. So outside of these walls here at Sherman, what makes Miss O'Brien as far as what are your interests outside of the school?
Well, Miss O'Brien, I do have kids of my own. They are older, and they have after school activities. So a lot of my time ends up with them doing what they do. And I also have 2 dogs that take up a lot of time, and I have a Mr. O'Brien that takes up a lot of time. But we as a family, we really enjoy going to the movies. We enjoy spending time with each other outside. For my personal time, I really like to bake cakes. I like to bake and decorate cakes.
And so 2 questions with that. 1, what are your dogs' names?
Duke and Hudson.
Okay. Now, have you heard what my dog's name is?
Isn't it Cat Dog?
Yes, it is Cat Dog. You remember from Zane talking to you about him, I'm sure. And then second question, you like to bake cakes.
I do.
So, oops, I got my radio left on. There we go. So have you ever built a cake for anybody, Napoleon Dynamite style?
I have built cakes before. I think my biggest cake would be a 6-tier cake.
Ooh, what kind?
It was chocolate on the inside and it was vanilla on the outside. Then I decorated it. I piped it with rosettes of different colors. It was an ombre.
I have no clue what rosettes or ombre means, but hey, I'll take your word for it. I'm sure it's cool.
Yeah, it was really tasty too. They're not bad.
You know, you get me talking about 3D printers, and you're probably sitting there the same way I am about what you just said. So, so it's all good. Our next question here goes along with what we were talking about, how you decided to stay with us, and that is, in your opinion, being here from student teaching to working as a para to now a teacher. What makes Sherman a great place to be a Gator?
The community is one, and the community consists of all the students and the staff. It's a great place to be. For me, it made me feel very welcome and made me feel like a part of a family, really. But I also had a really amazing mentor teacher, and she made me feel just completely loved here. And I really didn't want to leave her either, you know? So, but she just made me feel like I could do anything too. So that's kind of why.
Which, knowing Miss Vigil the way that, you know, we all do here, it's one of those feelings, and I can't wait for us to be able to do her staff spotlight, because she brings a different perspective, being at the school for quite a while. But, you know, like you said, she has a way of getting you to, or anybody, to make this place feel like family. She does that with our kids. So I get it.
Yeah, and she really made me feel a part of the Gator family. And I feel like from that grew so much more.
Yeah.
So much more. So.
No, I agree. We are glad and happy to have you yet again. But we do have one more question.
Okay.
And this is our bonus question.
Okay.
Now, if you've watched either of the ones that I've posted from Miss Miller, Miss Morton's is today, so you haven't seen that one.
I haven't.
But if you watched Miss Morton or Miss Miller's from from Wednesday, because we're recording this on Thursday, and even though it's showing on Monday, you might know the answer to this.
I didn't cheat.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to show you an image, so you're going to need to look over here on my laptop.
Okay.
And I'm curious, which of these shows was your favorite?
Would it be bad of me to say all of them?
No, that would not be bad, because you're the first one out of the 3 now that we've done for season 2 that actually knows all 5. So if you could put these in rank order then.
Okay. I would have to say, I'd say Family Matters first. I still know the theme song. It's going in my head right now. And then I'd say Full House, Sabrina, Boy Meets World, and then Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs was always a bit creepy for me, and I didn't like the way they ended it.
Yeah, it just kind of ended.
It was a giant meteor.
Which,
That's how it ended. And I understand that's how the dinosaurs departed, but as a child, that was very odd for me. Like, that's not how shows ended.
There was no resolution.
No.
It was just boom, done.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I am glad you actually know those shows. And if you were to ask my son Zane to tell you the difference between Family Matters and the Full House theme song, it would blow your mind, because you listen to one, you think it's that one, but then once you hear the words, you're like, that's not the one I thought it was.
Nope.
Because they're so similar. They are. And I wanted to give a shout out, I believe, Ms. Bale, I can't remember your first name, but she was able to tell us that the cat from Sabrina is named Salem.
Yes.
I was thinking it was Sebastian. Miss Miller could not remember herself.
Yep, it's Salem, like the witches.
Which makes sense. Witches makes
Now,
sense.
do you know how many spin-offs of Sabrina they've made?
Isn't 2 now?
3.
3. I might have to look that up. I don't know. But Miss O'Brien, I do appreciate you joining me down here in the swamp. Being here in my role, I remember when we interviewed you to do your student teaching at the time. And I remember then being excited for you to come here. I remember hearing you how excited that you were to be here. And then now we're able to see you grow from then till now. So it's way cool being in my position to see that. I'm excited to see where you go from here and the positive change that you're making in our students on a truly a daily basis.
Thanks.
So, I definitely appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough and all that. And parents, I do thank you for joining us for this one. This is episode 3 of season 2. We're going to make our way through the whole staff. That is my goal this year. We're going to get to everybody. But Miss O'Brien, we like to end things here at Sherman a certain way. We have a phrase that we use for everything. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute my mic. I can't move the camera if normally it would be just you, but I'm going to mute my mic and let you end the show however you choose by saying our catchphrase.
Oh, okay. And remember, Gators, it's great to be a Gator.